If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC24, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC24 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout. Okay guys, so today we have new evolutions to check out. New evolutions. Let me just pull this up over here. I think it's like a new midfielder one. It's funny because I think it works the same way as like I think it works the same way as the other evolution, where it's like some of your attackers you could put in the midfield and some of your midfields you could put in the attack. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think from what I was seeing on Footbin when I was doing the review for Hobby. Anyways, this one is gonna be called probably all the way at the bottom here. Yeah, so we'll do the Euro midfielders first. Euro midfielders first. Okay, so João Mario has popped up right away. Let's see what you get. So you get Jockey, obviously a W. Quick Step Plus, W as well. Excuse me. Weak Foot, Improvement, Relentless Swift Pass, and the First Touch. Yeah, those are all cool. A card like this, by default, already looks like a attacking-oriented center mid, or potentially cam, depending on how he's formatted. But we'll see. We'll see what the vibes are. Okay, so the first card that we have here for the European one. Ooh, this one's a nice one. I didn't even see this one earlier. Yeah, I didn't see this one earlier. I swear these are the new ones, right? Yeah. So this is what I was talking about, right? Like some of the attackers you can actually put into this, right? So you give them like different play styles. So in this case, you would give him some different stuff for the Euro midfielders one. First touch in the quick step. On the plus? Am I stupid? Is that what it said at first? Or is this wrong? Oh, it is. Sorry, that's me being stupid. All right. Sorry, sometimes my brain cells don't work properly. But yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, right? So you can give it to the attackers from before, because this one has different variations, right? So this one has... Sorry, it's a little bit slow because I'm rendering out the video right now. But yeah, you can see that you can put it into the attackers or the midfielders. So, you know, it's not necessarily a bad decision if you go down this route, but at the same time, like, you're giving him a defensive boost that's not necessary, right? And then obviously the attacking has the 5-star. So with a card like Adeyemi, you probably like skip past this one unless you like really want those play styles, and then maybe he gets like an Evo in the future or stuff like that. But I think for the most part, you should do it on the attacker, right? But there's interesting ones here. Like I seen as the first one is this one, James Maddison, right? The reason why I'm going to say this is because if you guys watched the reviews in the beginning of the year, right? I actually really enjoyed using this cam version, right? And the reason being for this, right? This is before like that big patch, but I still feel like it'd be the exact same thing, potentially. But this new version is probably a card that has that proper attacking AI that I like my cams to have on a consistent basis, right? Because he had it on the Player of the Month card. Like the general build-up play was way better than I thought it was going to be on that Player of the Month James Maddison card. Now, this one has a couple of defensive stats, but it looks like it's really mainly for that cam position, right? So a card like this, you know, you would just go down the route of giving him a Hunter chemistry style, right? To increase his pace, as well as his passing, his dribbling, all that kind of stuff, right? Some defensive stats, but he really looks like he's meant for that cam position, right? You could, you know, cards like this, you can pretty much use anybody as the attacking oriented center mid, right? But it's cool that you essentially have a player that you can kind of potentially switch between the two, right? So this one's a 4-star, 5-star variation. Still carries on to that 5'9" height, average and lean body type. I do feel like his left stick is probably gonna feel weird, maybe, right? It depends, because obviously he is working with a couple of different play styles that may change him to feel a little bit better on the left stick, right? But yeah, this one's definitely a very interesting one, guys. I actually potentially see him being a really, really cool card to use, like I said, for that general build-up, because that Player of the Month card was way better than I thought. Like I remember doing the review for this guy specifically, and I was like, very impressive card, honestly. Like he was pretty nice, right? The next one is going to be Cherki. So Cherki, they finally made it into a 5-star, 5-star better player. Key thing with this card, and they kind of understood this, right? Is that they had to improve his base dribbling to be significantly higher. That was like the main important thing that they had to do, because that was always his problem, right? But they still didn't really adjust the finishing to be super high. So it's like, oh, okay, like maybe I can go down the route of, giving him like a Deadeye. Where's the Deadeye? The Deadeye chemistry style. No, not the Deadeye. So the only choice you have is a finisher for the higher finishing. What else? I swear there was something else I gave like a good finishing. It was Gladiator, I think. It was Gladiator. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Hunter chemistry style is going to be the base thing that people give him, though. Let's be real, right? Hunter chemistry style, increase his pace, increase his shooting capabilities. It's a shame that his finishing is still at a 93, but honestly, like, you're going to have the green time anyways. He's got Trickster Plus, Quick Step Plus, and First Touch Plus. So First Touch Plus could be very helpful. No press proven on the card, but has a couple of nice base playstyles. Like even a regular jockey in the main attack is not bad, right? So yeah, I can't really go wrong with this one either. I mean, he's a 5-star player, high-low work rate. So honestly, he could be like a really fun attacker for the most part, right? We don't know. It looks like an interesting one though, for sure. The next one here is Stiller. So this one, obviously being a German Bundesliga player, could be an interesting variable to work with for some people, right? On this card, he has no shooting capabilities. He is a medium-high work rate card. So this is 100% a strictly CDM type player, right? So you always have to look at into key things here when it comes to playing in that CDM position. So some things he's kind of lacking in, right? So obviously the first thing is, for me personally, I always like to have a player in the CDM position, if they're being the medium high work rate player, to be a lengthy, right? He does not turn into a lengthy on a shadow or an anchor chemistry style, but he does on an architect or sniper, which I'm not fond of, because in this game, you kind of have to have a higher pace. People will just like to have players that run and go on the counter attack like a bunch of rats. So you kind of need to have that pace to be able to counteract that a little bit, right? Because we were able to see this in the Limer review too, and that's why Limer wasn't really hyped, because people know this with the medium high work rated cards, right? But huge but, could still be a fun card to use, right? I do believe, excuse me, always good to have some water. I do believe that a card like this, for the base characteristics that we're looking at, probably should have more defensive stuff, right? He does have a block, he does have an anticipate, but no intercept, right? I think intercept would have been a very key thing to work with too. I think the way that this card is formatted is a little bit strange in a general sense, but hey guys, you guys know, man, sometimes you use these cards in game and they're like significantly better. We never know, right? But we're just looking at what could be, what may not be. It's always important to look at that stuff, right? But a couple things that are nice. 5-star weak foot looks cool. Medium high 6 foot, so he's a big guy, has a physical presence with decent physical stats. But I think he would need like an intercept plus. Like the playstyles that they gave him are a little bit strange because he has no shooting capabilities. So it's just like a random card that they kind of just put out. Imagine you actually try this card out in game and he's an absolute monster. I would be surprised, man. I actually would be surprised. Yeah. Okay, so next up, see that we have some of the attackers here too, eh? Next up we have is João Mario, right? So obviously this is a great card if you are building a Liga NOS team, right? With the Benfica players, Sporting players, Porto players, all that kind of stuff, right? So by default, this card, now that I'm really looking at it, I mean, technically you could use him as a cam. You could try it out. Do I feel like he's going to be the best in that position? Probably not. I mean, he really looks like an attacking oriented center mid. Probably a card you use in like a 4-3-3, 4-1-2-1-2, mostly 4-3-2-1 as the attacking oriented player, right? So the play styles that he has for that specific position, it makes more sense, right? Good passing play style, quick step is a W to work with, first touch plus is pretty cool too, right? For the play styles and what he's working with, like you give him a shadow chemistry style, all of his defensive stats are in the 90s area. However, we have to go to the play style specifically, and you can see that he doesn't really have too many defensive ones, right? So this is what I'm trying to say. Attacking oriented center mid, and honestly he could probably be a really good attacking oriented center mid, especially in that 4-3-2-1. I could totally see him being pretty decent in that area, right? Because he still has decent shooting, the pace is significantly higher, Passing's in a good area. Dribbling for a midfielder might be decent too, right? So yeah, for the Liga NOS people that are actually building that sort of team, you can't really go wrong with that, right? Especially since there's no like clear and obvious meta choice in this. You know what I'm saying? Like for this one in comparison to some of the other ones, like Olise was pretty nice. Sterling was pretty decent, right? But look at Sterling, right? Having a different card again. So he has a Euro midfielders. And to be fair, this one's really interesting because they gave him 3 playstyle pluses on this one in comparison to the original card, who only got 2, right? So it was a power shot and a technical, whereas this one gets the power shot, quick step, and the first touch. Now, another key thing to mention with Raheem Sterling, right, is that this card, dribbling-wise, does feel significantly better, right, than he has in the past. In the past, it was kind of like strangely formatted in a general sense, right? But another very key thing to mention is that on the attacker one, even though the playstyles are less, always remember that he has that playstyle right there, okay? Very important to mention. That's the key reason why his left stick feels a little bit more responsive. So sure, you can get this card, you know, dribbling's in a better area, but I'm telling you guys, bro, all the time, press proven is a W playstyle. It compensates a lot of cards that, let's say they were to feel more physical oriented, they're way more agile to work with because they have that playstyle. Like, especially if you give a card like a press proven plus, like I would give everybody press proven plus if I really could, honestly. It would be a really, really big thing to work with because it just makes your left stick specifically way more responsive in a lot of key areas. And it's fun, right? That's why I'm saying, like, you can look into this one, you know, playstyle pluses, playstyles in general, they're still nice, right? All the playstyles are very good. Base playstyles are pretty decent, but as I mentioned, like responsiveness wise, press proven is a really big deal for the attacker one, right? Sorry guys, continuing on, just had to upload the Javi Simmons card. Okay, so moving on, right, with the European players, Euro midfielders. So we've already checked out oh wait, did I not see this before? Olise gets one too. What did he have before? It's funny because I did the review for this card and I don't remember. Attackers. Technical, power shot, Trivela. Technical, power shot, Trivela. Listen, you could go down this route if you want. You could. But remember, okay? No press proven. Okay? No press proven. And with a card like this, technical and press proven is a W for him, okay? On the attacker one, because he's 6'2", guys. You want him to feel more responsive. Could you go down this route? Absolutely, because honestly, the playstyle pluses are still pretty good. But I think in comparison to the attacker one, I don't really think it comes close, right? Because that specific playstyle to make the cards feel more responsive, and to be fair, you're still working with really good playstyles in a general sense. I think it kind of makes the most sense to go down the route of just the attacker one, right? Because again, this one does give you that press proven plus, which I think, or press proven, excuse me, not the plus, because the plus would be crazy. But it just makes the card more responsive, and I think that's like a really key thing. The other version, it would turn into a 4-star, 5-star. Again, this is not the right direction because the thing that they're doing with these cards too is that they're giving them defensive boost, like by a +7, and it's like, do you really need that for a card like Olise? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's pretty much it. Unless I'm missing something. No, because that's the Copa America ones. McAllister could be a beast. We're going to look into that one too. But yeah, I think for this one, that's it, right? I'm just going to make sure. Just going to make sure. Because I don't want to end the video and then all of a sudden, oh my goodness, Inception, you missed this one, you missed that one. Nope, that's the Copa one. And I could press the Copa one again because I'm stupid. My brain cells, no work. The same stuff, right? Yeah, okay, just making sure. You could choose 2 cards. Immobile. Yeah, Immobile, same situation. I wouldn't look into him too much. Let me see here. Immobile, especially him if you actually like want that Italian striker. Like, no, I wouldn't look into this one. Because the attacker one, again, making them feel more responsive. Again, you get press proven, right? On the other version, for the midfielders, I mean, to be fair, you still get good stuff. Like a first touch plus would not be a horrible thing for him as a physical type attacker. But then you're also downgrading the 4-star, 5-star. Like, You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think the top choices. James Maddison, I honestly think could be really like for people that like to play authentic football. I think James Maddison could be really cool. Cherki, obviously with the improvements and being a five-star player, could still be cool regardless of his finishing being low. João Mario for the Liga NOS people, they do that. Not many people do, to be fair. And then that's pretty much it. What was the other one? I swear I said one more that was actually nice. No, it's mainly those ones I would say. Yeah. But yeah, we'll do it. That's it for the Euro version. Let's go talk about the Copa America one now.